Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope we are good. Morning, Grandpa Roger. Morning, Gary. Anyone else out there this morning? Feel free to hop in the chat, say what's up, say good morning to everyone. Morning, Gabe. Hey, Scalp. Morning, Zippins and Jocko. Well, guys, looking at the chart this morning, definitely a range-looking structure. Somewhat of a bullish bias, though. As you can see, higher lows forming, higher highs forming. This will be a pretty key area. If we start breaking above, then we might need to look at a larger channel. But you just don't really want to draw something wide like that yet. It's not a clear uptrend. Lots of back and forth, up and down. This is definitely a range-like behavior, so expecting prices to hopefully fill in some of this white space, give us a more clearly defined range. Jeez, Gary, that really does sound like a nightmare, dude. Sorry to hear that. Feel free also to take the day off, man. Like, sometimes when you get those stressful life situations, best thing to do is to, just take a break. Need to be here mentally, you know. If you're frazzled and frustrated, not gonna help. I remember once I tried to trade. My son was in the hospital and I was just sitting there and didn't have anything to do. Tried to trade and took like 3 losses in a row. It's like, yeah, this is not a good idea. And I felt fine, you know, I felt like I could do it, but there's stress going on. It will affect you. Your whole life is stress. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So even though we're at the top of the range, not looking to sell because of the overall bullish bias that we have. Trading calms your nerves. Interesting. I don't think there's probably a lot of people that say that. If we get a really solid failed second entry long off of the top, might consider it. Hey, Storm. That's probably the only way I'd get short here. I'm kind of considering this a double top. I mean, technically you do have like your technically you already have it. First entry, second entry long, failure. So this is a short signal right here, typically a high probability setup, but with all this bullish bias, you want to hold off on that. I don't know, maybe a higher low. Wow, Gary, that's incredible, man. I can see why you've said your whole life is stress. That is a big burden to bear. Incredibly difficult as a parent. Really sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take the higher low. Oh, that's good, Gary. Great. I'm really glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. After 8 open heart surgeries. Man, oh man. Yeah, like I said, we do have technically the failed second entry long here. Could wait for a lower high. I think I'm just going to hold off altogether because of the bullish bias. But if you decided to take that failed second entry right here, and if you're eyeing the lower high to confirm that, not a bad trade, and you really might catch a nice runner all the way to the bottom. But yeah, with all this bullishness, I just think we could keep grinding up here. I don't want to test my luck on that. Yeah, there is a lot of support here. There could be some sort of, like I said, I mean, this trend line could be right here. Could even have another one like right in here. So, yeah, a lot of, oh yeah, resistance. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of resistance. So, and that's why I have the range up, right? Because this is, obviously this level is holding. So, if that doesn't break, then the range structure really is what we need to focus on. Be interesting right here to see if the EMA holds prices. We might just get kind of a wedge, right? This kind of thing and this kind of thing. I hope not. Wedges are like my least favorite thing in the entire world. I mean, maybe that's a little extreme. I don't like wedges in trading. The probability of success just narrows and narrows and narrows until it can just get explosive either way. Well, shoot, that bar held the AMA. Ooh, that's a good question, Pete. What is my favorite setup? My favorite setup is a long or short, doesn't matter, but a second entry and then a higher low or lower high confirmation, because it is like, out of all the price action strategies, it is the most high probability, because a second entry long, or a second entry short is a high probability with the trend, obviously, is a high probability setup in and of itself. But then when you have the higher low or lower high confirmation, it tells the whole story. It says, okay, this setup is exactly what you're seeing. It's confirmed. There's pretty much no way it's gonna fail. So that's my favorite one. It's very rare that it happens and sets up just right, but when it does, you can just take it and close your eyes and go make a sandwich and not worry about it at all. So that's my favorite for sure. Really, kind of any setup with the lower high or higher low confirmation is awesome. For that same reason. Just doubly confirms what you're already looking for and gives you a lot of confidence in taking the trade. Well, these bars are forming super slow. Man, oh man. And also not a lot of action overnight either. I really hope this isn't an indication of what's going to happen today. Yeah, Matthew, that's a pretty good idea. Like a top 10 list. Yeah, engulfing bars are definitely on the lower end of the list. You have to really, the context has to be just right for those to be a good idea. Because, really everything relies on the close of the bar. In all these price action strategies, you're looking at the close of the bar and then deciding whether to go long or short based on it. So an engulfing entry, you are assuming you know how the bar is going to close, and wanting to get in early before it does. So you really have to be sure of the context. It's definitely on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Like if a higher low or lower high confirms a setup that's already happened, and engulfing like anticipates it before it's confirmed at all. So yeah. That's good, Brant. Thanks for the call out on volume. That's a little bit hopeful that we're at a higher volume than we have been. Seven minutes to open here. Yeah, I mean, we already had the FOMC minutes released yesterday. Core PPI and unemployment came out this morning. Those both missed by a little bit. Market didn't react too much. We had this bar. That's kind of about it. That's pretty much all that happened there. So yeah, it's like there's no news today or nothing crazy. There is consumer sentiment tomorrow and retail sales, but I don't think the market's waiting on those to completely move. So I don't know. We'll see. The daily chart still looking like we need to get some continuation to the downside. As of now, we're gapped up. Well, if you took this failed second entry long, you're doing well. Already scalped out. Maybe get a big runner here. Nice, Greg. Not a bad setup. The second entry short. Right here. Pull back. First entry. Pull back. Second entry. Oh yeah, it stopped out, huh? Yep. The thing about that trade is that you had this overall bullish bias, right? So it's a little bit counter trend. You're really trusting that you're kind of picking the top. But especially right after the news, you know, you have this big burst up, this channel, and you could get two legs to a new high. That could really go like that. So a little bit aggressive for sure. And that's what can sometimes happen with those aggressive setups. You're reading it right, you know, but the market ticks you out and then continues in the direction you thought it was going to go. And here is technically the higher low. I'm not taking it by any means, not with all this bullish bias, not right at the open. Definitely need the open to show us a little bit more information here. If we continue to fall in here, if the open takes us a little bit lower, maybe past both of these exponential moving averages, then I can feel a little bit more comfortable about a short to try to reach the bottom of the range. If we burst through the top here, that will be another higher high, another higher low. We'll need to start reconsidering a larger bullish channel, something along those lines. I got that sucker ready just in case. ATR already dropping. Gonna go for 2.5 points if we get a setup. Here is the open. Let's do this thing, baby. See what we got. Guarantee there's people that entered on this higher low here. See if that trade works out. Wow, getting congested in there for sure. Putting in a little mini range right here. Not what you like to see at the open. Just a straight, tight range. There we go. I like that movement now. NQ's popping, huh? I'm gonna check that out. Oh yeah, look at that. Clear uptrend in tech right now. Well, that makes me a little bit more bullish on SPY. If tech's leading, the market will usually follow a little bit. At least for a little burst. Let's throw on that channel, guys. Let's see what that looks like here. I kind of want to get ahead of this thing. If it's going to have an uptrend, I want to be ready for it. We'll still need to confirm this, right? Like I'm just having these lines here so that I can see what's going on, see the potential. By no means am I saying that this is a valid trend in play yet. Check out our buddy NQ. It's looking a little bit more choppy than it was. Oh, that's why. There we go. That's better. I was thinking if we had a little break out down here, I was going to go long. If we had a little false break out of this mini range, considering NQ's strength and the overall bullish bias in the market. Didn't really get that. We just touched the bottom and then kept going up here. Oh boy, this might have some bullish specs about to get flushed here. See, this is the one chance, guys. If there's any chance for a wide trend line, it's got to bounce right here. Otherwise, we are range bound. This is gonna drag NQ down. SPY drops here. Does not look like it's gonna hold. Anyone who's playing that trend line is about to get flushed out. Wonder if we got 2 legs back on this correction here. Does look like it, so I'll see if the market can bounce right after that little measured move. All right, well, we are bouncing there, so let's redraw this thing. If you were really aggressive, you could have taken that bullish bar right there. You had 2 legs down, so this downtrend was played out. Possible trend line there, nice bullish bar. That's a good aggressive entry. A little bit risky for sure, but if you see what's going on, you see tech just going crazy. The market's not gonna drop when you get this big of a strong move in tech. These are all the leading companies in the S&P 500, so when they're strong, usually market becomes strong too. I might consider a failed second entry short if it forms here. Got our pullback, first entry. I mean, a higher low, you could even consider being aggressive, but failed second entry short would definitely be better. Well, that higher low is not good. I'm gonna pop over to the 10K, see how things are looking over here. Definitely looks bullish. We do need this space to get filled though. So there is a lot of resistance at this level, so if we can't get through that, a larger channel is going to be completely invalidated. Let's see if we can get a failed second entry long here. Does not look like it. That finished bullish I might have considered, but that's a pretty big bar. Okay, we're gonna take another crack at this trend line here. See if it holds. I don't think it will. I mean, we didn't. With the bounce off here, you'd expect us to go to the highs, but look at this. We just immediately turned down right at this resistance, so I think this sucker is about to break. NQ pulling back as well. Dang. That's a failed second entry short that would have worked really nice. I don't know why I slept on that. Yeah, look at that. Pull back. First entry, pull back. Second entry short. Failed. Nice bullish bar. Closing right above the EMA. You can take that. That really worked because everyone's expecting that trend line to break. I was expecting that too. I think that's why I didn't even notice, like, oh wow, that just formed. That just happened. That's how the good failed second entries work. You really think it's gonna go one way and then it just reverses. But now we do have this move up that has a break and a new high. So I'm not looking for longs anymore. I want to see if there's any sort of bearish correction that plays out first. Did anyone get that? I don't know if anyone saw that, but that was a really nice setup. Yeah, that was the other thing, Toad. It happened so fast. Like, whoa, okay, there's a failure. There it goes. Wow, okay. Oh, really? Not on my chart, it wasn't an inside bar. I had this nice tail on it right here. But yeah, if that's an inside bar, you don't want to take that at all. Trend line's still holding. Still grinding up here. There's definitely a lot of resistance right at this area. So we are forming a little wedge. All right, Chess. Best of luck, buddy. Speaking of which, Chess, how did that trade end up for you yesterday? The answer to that, Matthew, is I generally do not trade wedges. I wait for them to resolve. Stopped out a break even yesterday, bummer, Chess. Well, that's better than taking that massive loss. You had a big drawdown there, so good job sticking it out till at least a break even. See how NQ's holding up. Definitely not looking as strong as it was. Maybe Jocko, maybe that is chess. That's him. His avatar is just him. That's his secret. Oh, it's literally a chess player. Nice. I feel like chess players make good traders. I've never met any before now, but totally makes sense. Trading the market really is like a game of chess. Ooh, getting a little volatile right here, guys. There's some people that are going to want to buy this breakout right here, and maybe sellers that want to smack it down. This should be an interesting area to watch. I would not trade this. I am definitely more inclined to the short side, personally. Early, you know, the majority of the time you get this big kind of channel with a range-like structure. These are just traps that will break because too many people trust them when they ought not to. So I'm inclined to the short side for sure, but we'll see. All right, so we're breaking below. I'm gonna delete this wider guy. Extend the range, and that is what we are going to play. Kind of looks like there's a couple different ranges in here, really. Almost looks like that is its own little range. If you had this little mini range, that was a perfect failed breakout there. It's like about right when chess went short right in here somewhere. So good move. I don't know about riding it out because with this range structure we could easily get a bounce in here again, test the highs. Thanks. I'm at checking out, let's see, an up channel, today's low, and other higher low. Yeah, I mean, for sure, there's still, you can draw all sorts of up channels here. But I think that's a mistake. This is definitely range-like behavior. Lots of up and down. A bias for sure. There's a bullish bias with all this space, but I don't think you want to play any larger channels at this point. We had a chance there for that last one to be validated and start working, but that did not happen. Looks like NQ is starting to put in a range too. You can see all these matching lows. So really both markets are ranging. And here's that move up to the top of the range that I was mentioning. Still bouncing off this guy. I don't know, man. It would have been like this, so it would be a break of it. You don't want to keep like moving it down, moving it down, moving it down. I think you would have to draw it like this and have a break of that channel right here. If we start getting some serious movement upwards, I'll look for a bigger channel, but I don't think it would be wise to try to find a bigger channel right now. This is clearly, like, if you just look at this. This is since, you know, an hour before open. Big move up and just range, chop, range. So that's primarily what you got to be looking for right now. We have not been able to get above any of these highs or even any of these highs, so yeah, maybe NQ again. Super strong, right? No, I don't know. I mean, NQ's kind of slowing down too. That looks like a range to me as well. Now I traded up into it, and obviously NQ's more bullish, but I don't think you have enough information yet to make a big, large bullish channel. That was a second entry short right there. Pull back first entry, pull back second entry. Not one that I would have taken. Look at these, both EMAs are super flat. That's another indication of a range. So you're not even looking for second entries, you're just looking to play the extremes of the range here. Might get a little false breakout here. If we can get down to that level. That would be 2 measured legs. We could expect perhaps a bounce. Gosh, that's a big candle. think it's gonna work though. If you're trading this, I definitely don't blame you. If we get a nice higher low here, I will likely join. I still would not be scalped out on that. I would need to get to, see, 29.50 would be 2 points. I would need 2 more ticks, so I'd be out right there. That's a classic failed breakout right there. I was hoping for the higher low right afterwards, and that would have got me in. You have 2 right from the top of the range, 2 equal legs back. Expecting range structure to hold. Nice bullish bar. That's a good trade. I probably should have just taken it. Did anyone take that? That was really beautiful. Like, honestly, I wish I would have taken that. That was really great. Yeah, you know what, Zippins? Gosh, I actually used to prefer range structure. I don't know what happened, but like, it's been hard for me to trade range setups like that. I don't know why. Something's changed. I'm starting to lean more towards second entries with the trend. I used to. Nice, Gary. Good work. Good work. That's a great trade. That used to be my bread and butter. I really don't know what has switched. I need to get back into that because that, yeah, I mean, those are really high probability. A lot of range days, a lot of ranges happen. So yeah, that's a good point, Scalp. The speed that the bar formed is always a good sign. You see that move down, it looks really bearish, and then all of a sudden it bounces back quickly. That is a good sign that that trade is going to work. Yeah, Gary, good call out. This range is starting to get a little bit bearish. We did not touch the top here, nor here. Putting in lower lows right here, right here. We put in another lower low right here. We'll definitely have to start respecting some of that bearishness. Good luck on that word. That's funny, Pete. Yeah, one thing that'll cure you of trading breakouts of a range is trading breakouts of a range. You're gonna get burned. And once you start seeing it, like once you start expecting range breakouts to fail, all of a sudden you'll see like, oh my gosh, that literally happens all the time. Here we go. Let's see if we can get above this little level right here. I really hope so, because that will take away that bearish bias in the range. I want to see a healthy one. There's that other trade that looked really nice. That failed second entry short when we had our channel. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around here, guys. If we get a nice failed breakout, I'm gonna take it. It's got to turn down right here. Oh, come on. Fill me, baby. Fill me. There we go. It is a second entry short for sure. The only problem is you already had a failed breakout on one side. It's a little bit risky to try to take it on the other side as well. But I'm going to be kicking myself if I miss this setup and it works. So I'm willing to take the loss here. Will not be mad if we lose on this one. I think it's a good setup. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Bummer. Bummer. Well, that's all right. Again, that is why lower highs and higher lows are super important. It does confirm things, so you don't always get them. And that's the reason why you would wait for the one. It confirms what you're seeing, but that's okay. I wanted to take that, wanted to get after it. Might actually get another opportunity here at the range highs, and maybe that's what's going on, is we just needed to get up to the range highs. See if this breakout fails or not. Looking a little too bullish to fade here. I wonder if NQ is popping now. Oh yeah. That'd be another reason. Shoot, I should have had the NQ up too. I would have saw that this was just busting out of this range while we were doing this. I wouldn't have taken that. It's a good reminder to put the NQ up on my screens. So let's see here. We have about $900 left in drawdown from our challenge account. So this is definitely a place to be cautious. So drawdown, when you're doing an evaluation, drawdown is the most important thing you got to keep track of. So we only have 900 in drawdown. That's like two more losses in a row. We're sunk. So definitely got to be selective here if we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole. So yeah, I won't be taking another kind of aggressive entry like that. I thought that one was worth the risk. Still not bad. The only piece is, first of all, the overall bullish bias. And I've been saying that all morning, and unfortunately I wasn't listening to my own advice. So overall bullish bias needs to inform you to mostly look for longs. And then we already had a failed breakout on this side of the range, so it's not too common to get a failed breakout on one side and then go right up and do a failed break on the other side. So yeah, should have waited for the lower high there. If this bar would have right here ticked higher and then went down, that would have been the spot to enter. So that's all right. That's all right. I hope you all are learning from my losses as well as my wins. So you learned something there, even if it was what not to do. Like the stream. Switched over to NQ here just to see what we got going. Definite bullish trend. Here as well. So if we can hold the top of the range here, we could get a nice second entry long. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah. I think it would have been better if I would have waited for a lower high. It was a decent setup. It was aggressive though. I will say it was aggressive. Yeah, because of the bullish bias and the previous failed breakout. It was definitely an aggressive trade. Which is not usually my style, right? So I should probably just do what I do, right? Okay, let's see if we can get a nice second entry long here. Okay, let's see that pullback, baby. Give us a chance to enter this. I don't, Johnny. That's a good question. I don't know how the self-set loss restrictions work on Rhythmic. I know you can do them. I have some buddies of mine that do that. Yeah, I have no idea how it works, so sorry. Wish I could be more help. Okay, here is our pullback. Let's go, baby. Let's see if we can get a second entry. Johnny, good question. Do I ever deal with revenge trading? Yeah, man, of course. Of course. It's hard not to take a loss and want to win it back. And how do you deal with that? Well, unfortunately for me, the only way that I ever dealt with that was seeing that it didn't work, just experiencing that it didn't work. One thing that's really helpful in that is a trading journal. Maybe you can go, keep track. Everyone should really keep track of all their trades. Go back and tag the ones that are revenge trades, or gambles. Mark some of those things, and then filter those out. Like, see what your stats look like without those trades. And I think that was a big piece for me in gambling, was like taking a look at my stats when I followed my rules, and then taking a look at my stats when I took chances on things that weren't really setups, and like seeing the difference in my stats made me go, holy crap, like I just need to follow my rules and I'm gonna be able to make it, man. So that was a huge piece for me. Like, mark your trades, keep track of them, and compare your results if you do and don't revenge trade. Or take a bunch of losses and get fed up with yourself, and then make the change that way. Either way. $4.38, Gary. That is unforgivable, man. Man, oh man. Okay, so we have our first entry. We have a long ways to go before we can get to the EMA. Here's the first entry. We need to pull back all the way here to get our second entry. I don't know that that's going to happen. Someone called out Jocko called out a measured move. I don't know that I see a measured move. This all, to me, just like, oh wait, maybe you're looking from earlier. Hold on. It's hard to say when the measured move starts here. I mean, this is definitely a piece, but where do you put it? Do you put it right here? Put it right here? Put it right here, yeah. I mean, we hit it for sure. But you could also put that like right here. I don't know, man. Yeah, before all the congestion in the middle, this is about the same length as that first bullish move overnight, so could have a measured move, could see a reversal here. I'm not gonna let that stop me from taking a second entry long if it forms right. This would probably be a good area for a visual second entry long, because this all kind of looks like one move right here, even though we have technically a first entry right here and starting to pull back. It doesn't really look like a whole leg, so we might get a more visual, like a pullback like this, an entry like this, another pullback like this. That looks a little better. Let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately those V-shaped reversals have been the plague. Alright, well, I'm gonna get ready on this. I think I'm gonna risk it. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's pretty big. That's a really big bar. It never ticked below this bar. I don't think I can take that, guys. That's pretty big. 3 points of risk. I think I'm gonna have to wait for a higher low here. Or just maybe we'll put a lemon order way down. If we can get, yeah, it's gonna go without us. You're in it, Jocko? All right. Go get you some. I mean, that is a pretty classic second entry right there with the trend. Might get a little higher low here. Hey, 41 bucks. Now we're talking, Gary. Okay, let's see if we can get a little higher low here. Come on, baby. Push down. Give us a nice higher low. Let's go. See what NQ's doing. Still rocking it. NQ's getting a little heavy. Dang, that's not even a higher low. Lame. Come on, just go down, dude. Not gonna happen. It's just gonna go. Yeah, so no way for me to enter now. Yeah, I'm still glad I skipped it, honestly. Like, I don't want to take... I would have had to enter, you know, somewhere around here. That is, like, almost 3 points of risk. I would only be going for probably 1.5 points with this ATR. So that's a big risk for not a lot of reward. If it would have come back and hit a limit, lessen the risk on that trade, I would have enjoyed that. That would have been solid, but you can't take that up at the top. Take that much risk on. So, yeah, I feel okay with that skip. I wish we would have gotten a higher low here to confirm that. And like I was mentioning earlier, that would be my favorite setup, because that essentially tells you exactly what's going to happen. You know, you could look at this, pull back and say, man, I don't know, kind of seems like we're still in a short-term trend. I'm not sure about this second entry long. But then once you get a higher low, that's confirming, okay, the bears have no energy right here. We're going to at least push to a small new high before going back down. So would have been my favorite setup. Would have been cool to redeem myself on something like that. That's okay. The last thing I want to do is force something just because I'm down and I want to make it back. That just doesn't work, man. If you don't make up a trade until the next day or the next day after that, it's fine. Don't, as long as you're taking good setups. Can't let that drive your decisions. Well, so now we do have this move up, had a break, got a new high. So we're expecting a bearish correction here. Now we might get one more leg up to a new high. You know, we had this leg, we might get one more leg. But pretty soon here we're expecting a bearish correction, so we need to let that play out. See how deep it goes. See what it looks like. If it's a nice kind of shallow one, you know, like maybe right here and it plays out like that, then we can look to take a long kind of right away. But this goes really deep, starts forming, you know, a lot, something like that, then we really need to switch our bias. So this upcoming correction will be important to figure out kind of what our next move is. Gary. Yeah, you want to definitely avoid the windfall tax when you're up 62 bucks. Nice, man. That was a pretty fierce bar there. That shows the importance of price action rules, guys. If you're following the channels, you know that you're expecting a correction here. You had this move up, you had a break, you had a new extreme. There are a lot of traders who are trying to join the move right here. But if you know price action rules, you know that this is played out. And we can expect this correction, and that's exactly what's happening. And you see how fast those candles formed. Those are stop losses. Those are people getting in the game late and all of a sudden getting stopped out. So the importance of drawing channels, following the movements, seeing when it's time for a correction or reversal will save you a lot of heartache. So had this move down. Let's see what happens now. Typically, you know, obviously we have a break. We'd expect a new extreme, so that's what we're looking for. However, this was quite strong, bullish price action. So it's very possible that we don't ever get a new extreme of this channel, that we just push above the EMA and hold it. So that's what we're watching right now, to see how prices react around the EMA. Are we going to push strongly above it and hold them, or are we going to kind of waffle around and drift lower? Then we can expect a new low to be formed. If we keep pushing up, then we'll want to look for some sort of spike in channel, likely something like this. Likely steeper. It usually looks a little bit more like this. I don't know, neither of those look really good. And I'm just playing around, like we don't have that pattern at all yet, but look better if it's tighter. But then we have this stupid little break here. Anyway, I'm not gonna play around with that yet. Getting a little resistance at the top here. So definitely can't go short because of the overall bias. But also can't go long because we have this resistance right here. So this might be a nice higher low that forms, but don't go long right into that resistance. Not a good idea. Oftentimes when we get these big moves up, we just start going back and forth in a range. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is what we're about to do. But I am not going to make the same mistake of trying to fade a breakout up here against the trend. We'll wait for hopefully prices to test this level, come back down, and give an opportunity for a buy down here. And by the count here, we do have a first entry short. Waiting for that second pullback. Maybe we'll get a failed second entry short right at the EMA with enough room to before this resistance. That could be. That could be. We'll see. Also, with how bullish things have been, it would be a good idea also to play around with some larger channels. We might have something like this. Yeah, it looks pretty good off the lows, and the highs didn't quite reach it here. That's all right. I'm gonna throw, I'm gonna throw the midline on there as well. Actually could move it down a little bit because this was all news anyway right here. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Okay, so we have our first entry short, second entry short. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a failure on that. Dang, dude, look at that bar. Wow. That's some selling right there. That second entry short really did work. Expecting a new low of this, you had your first entry, second entry, and that just took off. It looks like we were right at the measured move for that. I would definitely take this candle if it weren't for that previous one. I'm gonna wait for a higher low here. Otherwise, this would be perfect. 2 equal legs back right here and right here. Overall bullish bias, looking for a chance to go long. This is a failed breakout. Now, if you want to be aggressive, you can take that for sure, but after this massive bearish bar, you could have some continuation on that selling, so I would want to see a higher low confirmation of this failed breakout. This might correct. This might be a bigger correction here. We might see this go all the way down to the bottom of the channel. Come on, higher low. Let's go, baby. Jeez Louise. It's a big green bar. I still like the higher low here. We can get it. But for me to take this setup, it's really going to have to happen right in here. I don't want to see this bull bar given up at all. We still have not yet covered this long drop here. So I want the next bar to just go a little bit lower here and then finish really strong and bullish. Okay, let's see what we got. You have to be a little bit cautious. You might have some resistance right there. Yeah, no, we're not gonna be taking that now. Even if that turns bullish, that is pretty big risk. Well, I guess not really. It's only 10 ticks right now. If it ends up being 12 ticks, that's 3 points. We'd be going for 2 points. I can accept that risk to reward ratio. That's not bad. How's our buddy NQ? Just drifting lower. All that strength, nowhere to be found. And the 10K. Kind of same story. Looks like we might need to correct just a little bit more. Or I wonder if you can see it like this with a break and new high, and maybe we're going to reverse here. It's another way to see it, so another reason to be cautious here. We could already have our break and new high of that channel. Yeah, maybe it's just like the first channel that we drew was somewhere right in here, right? Maybe that's it. You already have a break, new high, and we're ready just to get going the other way. This would be tempting to buy here, but I think we might be in for a larger correction. I don't know. A little bit unsure. This isn't, you know, really solid range behavior. Not a bad trade idea though. You got basically 3 tests at this area. This move didn't pick up any steam. And here's where it's gonna work. Maybe 40.75. We need to get out at like 42.75. Actually, I'd probably only be taking 1.5 points, so be right around here. Yeah, would already be out on that. A little gun shy on that one, honestly. After the loss, I don't want to take 2 losses in a row. I think if I was 0-0 for the day, I would have taken that. That's okay. That's okay. I am conserving my mental and emotional capital. Which is something you should really consider. I'm sure everyone's heard, conserving capital, saving your capital for great trades. But you also need to consider your mental capital, your emotional capital. It's limited as well. You can't just take a beating after a beating, take a loss after a loss, and then expect to perform as if nothing happened. So that's one thing I do. Like if I take a loss, I really try to be calm, and yeah, like just wait for something to really scream at me, like trade me. And it's okay to see a couple trades go by without taking anything. That actually helps. Honestly, that'll help. At least it helps me get back into the right mental state. Like I'm not bummed I missed out on that. There's no FOMO. It's like, okay, that would have worked. Great, I saw that setup. I predicted that one. Okay, I'm starting to like gain some more confidence. Like, okay, I am seeing what's going on. Like I am getting sharp mentally. So that actually, for me, missing out on trades sometimes can boost my confidence. Like, oh man, I would have had that one. Glad I saw it. Oh, cool. I noticed that setup as well. That's starting to build confidence for the next time I do decide to enter. So don't be afraid if you take a loss, like to do nothing the rest of the day. There's always tomorrow, man. There's always tomorrow. You don't have to make up your money today. Zip-ins, right on. I'm glad you're trying to be patient along with me. Not right on that you took the same loss, but right on that you're not like revenge trading or anything. But I do hope, and I want to always make it clear, like, please don't follow me in any of my trades. Trades are your own. It's kind of a bad idea to follow me anyway, because there's the delay. So yeah, that not good. That means you're getting in way late. Now, if we're just seeing the same stuff and taking the same trades, great. That's awesome. No, I figured zip-ins, but I just wanted to make sure that that's out there. Well, Johnny, again, I will mention, like, how long does it take to get that kind of stuff? Look at your stats, man. That's what did it for me. Honestly, like, I was struggling. I was like break even for a long time, and then I went into my journal and I organized my trades based on like actually taking a setup and then kind of just, you're risking, kind of gambling. And I just marked them, and then I compared both stats, and I was like, dude, oh my gosh, like I am super profitable if I just don't do this other junk and only take setups. So sometimes you need that kind of information to make things click, and it's not just like you're gonna get patience like if you wait long enough. That's kind of funny. You won't get patience if you wait long enough. It's a little bit ironic. But anyway, I would suggest that if you're struggling with patience, go look at your journal, compare your trades. Maybe that will give you enough information to be like, okay, if I do this and I only do that, then here's what I can expect results wise. And I think that's the quote of the day, though. Patience will not come if you wait long enough. Like, what? There you go, Carlos. That man, we should all do that. We should all do that. Some of us would be more drunk than others. If you win one, take a shot as well. It's a win-win. All right, I'm going to mark this trade as well. So, for the day, or for the morning rather, marked 3 great trades. All would have been winners. And took but I didn't take any of them. I only took the loser. That's okay. There's going to be days like this. No worries. Tomorrow will be another day. So hope y'all are encouraged and learning something, even if it's just about mindset, or you know what not to do in a trade, or what to do, whatever. If you're gaining anything out of this, that's awesome. And yeah, I just appreciate being with y'all. Don't, if you're down right now, don't try to make it back today. Just look for solid setups, trade solid setups, because that's what's going to work over the long haul. So take care, everybody. See you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. And hopefully we can get back in this challenge and not hit that drawdown and get another account funded. So take it easy, y'all. Have a great day. Happy trading.